Welcome. I'm Diane Yellowlight, a certified psychic. Today, I'm going to discuss about emotional drama. A lot of times we are either in too much drama or too little drama, and that's called emotional balance. We need to be in the middle of the road. A lot of people don't know how to even measure their emotional balance. A lot of it depends upon how they were raised, their astrology, their numerology, and their learning lessons that they've had to go through in life. What's most important is that we can have a monitor so that we can keep ourselves from going over the edge before it's too late. Just like anger management, there's a scale from 0 to 100. And it's the same thing for the emotional drama. Anytime that you start to get into 30%, you're going to be at 50%. And when you're at 50%, you're going to be at 90 and 100% in a blink of an eye. How people manage themselves is by having a method that they can do so. Just like in anger management, which I will discuss at another time of how to balance that. Right now, we want to get our emotions in balance so that we can communicate with each other, so that we don't keep creating more drama in our life and we take away from all the good, beautiful things that we give to each other. A few hurtful words, a few out of balance ideas, going in the wrong direction can wreak havoc on anything. And within time, people get discouraged, the trust goes, they get confused, and everybody gets tired of feeling bad. Nobody wants to go around feeling bad. They want to feel better about themselves. And that's what we're here to do, is to co-create and help feel better in our lives with each other. So what I'd like to have you do, and I know you can go above and beyond your circumstances, especially for today, because we're going into a new millennium. Let's start things better. Let's get our lives in balance. We don't need to control anything, we just need to balance it. So know where you're at. How fast do you get to 50? How fast do you get there? Faster than a blink of an eye. We can feel our body change when we know that we're out of emotional balance. And we need to step back at that time frame, take a deep breath, and tell ourselves that, you know what, we'll engage in this at a different time. And you need to be honest with the other person or persons. Say, you know what, I'm out of balance right now. I'm going to go regroup, and we can continue this discussion either later or at another time. Sometimes when people are heated, they don't want to stop, but you have to realize that you're the one that has to control yourself to back yourself out. Sometimes when people do this, it is called, and people look at it as being unemotional. It's not really. It's a safety device, and some people have learned to do it better than others. Some people stay into the fire way too long until they're exhausted, crying, hurt, disappointed, give up, throw their hands in the air, whatever it is you do. We all have different antics of how we deal with it when we just can't deal anymore. So you can use this method in everything that you do, for anything, for any object that you have a problem with, for any subject that you have. Know where you begin to get out of balance. 0 to 100. You know where your movements are. And as you learn to balance this, you'll find that you won't go up high on that scale because you know the consequences. You know that it's going to cause hurt for yourself, hurt for others, hurt in the whole scenario of what we don't want. And most of all, it usually takes love, people, circumstances away from this that we really don't want to give up. Because we really are here to be with people, to enjoy people, to balance with people, to be ourselves. Everybody's saying, I want to be me, I want to be me. You change, you change. No. We can hardly change ourselves. We can't change another and ask them to change, but how we adjust to the situation we can. We can also become more in tune with other people. If your emotions are too little, maybe you need to wake up and have them become a little bit more. If they're way off the chart, then maybe you need to come back and not let them be so dramatic. If you want to do that, there's acting classes and there's acting places that can do that, and you can be very good at it. But find your release. Also, there's meditation. There's lots of things you can do. But what I'm trying to give you here today is a method that you can measure yourself with so that you hear yourself before you go too far. And yes, it takes two. It takes action and reaction. We're not healthy enough to be able to be human enough to just respond to a scenario. We can try, but I guarantee you that there's always going to be somebody that comes along that can get you from 0 to 100 in a blink of an eye. So if you're trying to be that, it won't work. But the best thing to do is find a solution to yourself so that you can monitor yourself. Where are you on this scale today with your emotions? Are you already at 50 before you even meet anybody or see anybody? If you are, then you need to balance your emotions out. Find out what's eating you, what's bugging you, what's bothering you. And yeah, it's always going to point to somebody else, but remember that somebody else also has something for you. When you point the finger out, there is 3 fingers coming back. So there's always something there for you in it. What is it that's irritating you? What does that connect to? Does it connect to something in your past, in your family, in your situations? 9 times out of 10 it does. So I'm asking each and every one of you to start this process today of finding the balance between 0 and 100. Never ever getting to 50, because once you're to 50, you're already out of balance and you're going to go further. So I know each and every one of you can go above and beyond your circumstances, and I'm asking you to do so for the goodness of yourself and others, and for the future of our children's 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 children's, because we are in a new millennium. We don't have to act the way that we used to do. We don't need to have any addictive things in our life to calm us down. We need to do it from an inner self of respect, calling self-respect for you. When you don't respect yourself, then you won't respect others. And when we get out of emotional drama, I have to admit, I hate to hear these words myself, but we don't have self-respect for ourselves. So think about this one, and until next time, I send you love, light, and light. Work your work. It's worth it. You're worth it. Everybody else around you is worth it, and they'll love you for it. So until next time, bye-bye, and have a really great one.